Good morning. Oh, hi everyone. Merry Craftmas to you. I hope you're well on a Sunday morning or potentially afternoon if you're in New Zealand or another country. Who knows? Great to have so many of you joining today. How are you? What are you up to? If you don't know who I am, my name's Paul from Scissors Paper Paul on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And I am here to share my Cricut knowledge and expertise with you so that you can make beautiful things. And if you're new to my channel, type new in the comments because I want to meet you. If you've got a question, type it in caps and it'll just make it easier for me when I'm looking through your comments to pull those up on the screen. It just makes it easier to find them, which is really awesome. So yeah, how are you? What are you up to today? What's the weekend held for you? Getting a little bit Christmassy. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm off to Brisbane tomorrow. I'm going to work from Brisbane from next week. And the week after that is Christmas, and I get to be with my family up there. My brand new niece, which I'm really, really excited for, Maggie. So I get to meet her for the first time, which is really, really cool. Also, if you're in Brisbane, Mount Gravatt, Harvey Norman, 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. I think, next Saturday, the 19th of December. There's a demonstration there that Natasha's giving, and Natalie and myself are going to be there. So come down and say hi and meet us, and that would be really awesome to meet you. What else? It's been a hell of a year, right? I think we can all agree that 2020 kind of sucked a little bit. Certainly did for me. There were lots of downs, not all bad. You know, there were some ups. I started my YouTube channel, so I get to meet all you guys, which has been really, really exciting. So thank you for all of your support. If you do like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do so that you don't miss out on my content each and every week. Which would be awesome. But yeah, 2020, a tough year. And what I wanted to do is today is all about celebrating 2021. It's about celebrating the small moments, you know, not letting any occasion slip by so that we can make sure that, you know, we're just, you know, being as upbeat and positive as we possibly can, even when things don't necessarily go our way, which I think is really important. So today we're going to be doing a birthday board or a celebration board, and I'm super excited because Laser Blanks have just launched an acrylic version. Now, they have a ply version, I think, and we've seen the wooden versions around, but they've just launched an acrylic version, and that's what we're working with today. I've got white, but there's pink and peach and blue and lots of different colors. There's clear as well, so you could, I think they're 3 millimeters thick, so they're too thick to engrave. But certainly, you know, just something a little bit different than, you know, what we're typically seeing out there. There is a link in the description to Laser Blanks website directly to there. You get the board, which is here, and you also get 50 little tags as well to go with it. And they do have jump rings. I actually bought some jump rings from Spotlight, and we'll talk about that, the reasons why when we go through the project. I bought some from Spotlight, but yeah, you can buy jump rings from Laser Blanks as well. So I'm just going to jump into the comments before we get started. And let me know in the comments as well, what maybe did you not celebrate this year because of everything that went on? I know for us, you know, when this all started this year, my birthday's in September, my son's birthday's in September, my mum's birthday's in September, lots of birthdays in September. And, you know, I thought, well, we'll be having birthday parties, you know, we won't be, you know, stuck inside or anything weird like that. And sure enough, we were all in lockdown for our birthday. So, you know, let me know what you've missed out on or what you're looking forward to celebrating next year. Let's have a looky-loo. Hope you guys are all up dancing as well. So that's saying, been wanting to get one of these, but after seeing Laser Blanks pre-cut ones, had to purchase one. Awesome. I have also shared, there's a link on my Scissors Paper Paul page on Facebook, which has a link to this project, and you can use this template. We're going to actually talk a little bit about it today, but you can use that template, and I will paste a link to that as well in the description. I meant to do it, and I forgot. So I'll do that so you can find that really easily. Hello, Donna from Adelaide. Oh, Simcha, am I saying that right? Welcome, Simcha. Where are you from? Let us know where you're from in the comments. Mum having fun's here. Oh, Sarah saying, yes, rainy day in Brisbane. I know my mum's is having some problems with her roof following the recent storms and the hail and everything. So she's had a lot of leakage last night, so she's not happy. Hopefully it's not going into the spare room where I'll be staying. Awesome. Okay. Donna's saying, how are they, please? Not sure what that is. Oh, again, link in the description. I think they're $19.95, I want to say. I think there's $16.95 for the ply version and, yeah, just under $20. Oh, yep, so more birthdays. 25th of December. Oh, Merry Christmas. And the 26th. That's crazy. Well, happy birthday to the December birthdays. All right, so let's what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Design Space. And I want to just show you, you know, a couple of little tips and tricks. And when you're sort of building out these types of projects, hopefully you'll learn something new. I've done all the cutting already, but I just really wanted to kind of give you guys a bit of an idea of how this all sort of comes together. So the first thing that I wanted to do, now I'm going to do this in inches, but of course, if you're in centimeters, you can do this in centimeters. I'm just going to build a bit of a template. And I know if I'm going to add in a shape, I'm just going to add a square. And on the bottom left of the square, I'm going to unlock this little padlock so I can unlock the dimensions. And on the top, the width I'm going to put in is 15.75 inches by about 4 3/4 inches down. So 4.75. And again, you can do this in centimeters, whatever works for you. I craft in inches, so that's why I'm doing this. And I'm going to make mine white because my blank is white. So it's just going to make everything kind of all sort of work together. Okay, so what I did is when I went searching, I looked for a couple of things. I wanted this to be about family and celebrations and, again, that positivity. And, you know, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole searching for some different things. Anyway, this is a design that I came up with. And so I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Firstly, I searched family. And I found an image, which was this one here. So I'm just going to click on that to add it to our project. And then I typed in celebrate as well, just to see what other images came out here. And the one that I grabbed was... which one did I get? Which one did I get? Lots of fabulous images for celebration. It doesn't really matter if I don't get the same one, but I just kind of wanted to keep it as similar as possible. We'll just grab one of these other ones. We'll just grab this one here. And the other thing, because I was looking at, again, I was just researching. So there was an image that I found, always forever. And I didn't actually end up using the words, but I used this one here. So I actually am using the heart and also these little flourishes. So I just kind of want to show you that I'm going to insert these into the page. And just sort of show you how I basically worked with these. So first and foremost, I've got the word family here. I'll just make my canvas a little bit smaller. I'm just going to resize this so that it fits. And let's just say we want to make it around that big. With the celebrate, we'll also make that bigger. And this is definitely not the same image, but it's similar. This is multi-layered. So you can see on the right-hand side, I can actually turn off the background layer. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to move this to the front. So because I want that to sit on top of the family. Something like that. And with family, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to change the color. Now today I'm using the textured metallic vinyl from Cricut. So I was going to use black and the coppery gold, but I ran out of black and I'm using my scraps like a good boy that I said that I would. So what I've done is I've used the bronzy color, which is like a really dark brown color. And then I've used the yellowy gold. So there's a couple of different golds. You've got like a copper gold, you've got more of a yellow gold, and then there's a softer kind of yellow gold as well. So that's what I did. So I'm just going to change some of the colors here just to start visualizing what this is kind of going to look like when it comes out together. And I mentioned that I used this image, but what I really wanted was the flourishes and this little heart. So what I ended up doing was I duplicated this. I'm just going to duplicate it a couple of times or a few times. I'm just going to move some of these out of the way. All right, and now what we're going to do is I'll move this over here. I'm going to go down to the bottom right and I'm going to click contour. All right, now I'm just going to say hide all contours because I just want to start picking out some of these images. So when you do hide all contours, that means that pretty much everything's going to disappear except for anything that you are clicking on. So I wanted this little flourish, I wanted this little dot as well, so we'll click on that. And then if I close it, I can see what's left. That's just this piece here, so I'm happy with that at the moment. And then I'm going to take this other one and I'm going to contour this, hide all contours. And again, you just click and click and you just turn pieces on and off, which is really cool. And this time I'm going to select the little heart pieces because I want these to be cut now. So if I close that, here's my little heart piece. And then what I did is I just sort of position these where I like them. So let's say I liked my little heart. Let's say I liked my little heart like that. And then with my little flourish, I'm going to sort of turn them a little bit on their end. And again, this is very rough. This is not exactly what I did. But I thought, yep, no, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to make this one brown, like the bronzy color. And I'm going to make this one the goldy color. So that kind of gives me that little embellishment with the heart and the flourish on the left-hand side. But I also want it on the right-hand side. So I'm going to Control or Command and click both of these elements. And then I'm going to Control or Command C for copy and then V for paste. Okay, so now I've got a mirror image and I'm going to go up to the top where it says flip and I'm going to flip them horizontally. Now they're an exact mirror image of the other side. So I can sort of place them where I want them and then I'm good to go. So I can get rid of these other ones that I didn't need. The next, what I did was I wanted to make sure that I had the January, February, March, all the way through to December, nice and placed to match the holes on my cutout. So what I did was I measured one hole. So if I go over to the overhead, I measured from one hole here to the other hole here and to the furthest point. And from memory, I think it was about 14.75 inches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another shape, another square, and I'm going to unlock this again, click the little padlock, and I'm going to make this 14.75 inches by 1 inch. And this is just a guide. It's going to allow me to kind of work out exactly where I want to place my works, my months. So I'll make this white again as well. It doesn't really matter what color it is. It's purely just as a guide. I know that the first hole is here and that the last hole is here. So this could be a really good tip. I hope this actually really helps you because this is really something we don't use often. You may not even realize that it exists. So I've got, say, January. I'll do capitals. Okay, so got January, and the font that I used in mine was Avenida, I think, which is a Avenida. Where is it? Avenida.com. So I really like it. It's kind of Art Deco-y and it's nice and narrow. So it kind of works. We can get a little bit of height, but it's not, you're not taking up too much real estate. The height for these as well, I think I did about sort of 0.5 of an inch, so half an inch. Yeah. So there we go. We've got January, and then I'm not going to do them all, but we'll just copy or command or control copy, and then we're going to, rid of these. Pasting the wrong things. So we'll copy the January and we'll just paste it a couple of times. I'm not going to do them all, but I just wanted to show you this little trick. So I'm just going to change these. So we'll do a December. We do March. We'll do a June. We'll do a September. And we'll do a, what about March? So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, that'll do. And then what we could do, so obviously I've done 12 of these, and now I'm just going to start placing them on my ruler so that I know effectively we've got December in the middle of where that hole's going to be. We've got January in the middle of that hole as well. Then I can just put in the February, the March, the April, the May, the June, July, so on and so on and so on, until they're, again, they're roughly in the middle. I actually am not too concerned at this stage. Again, remember we've got January, February, all the months, not just 5 of them, just as an example. We've got all of them all sitting there. It doesn't matter how close together, whether they're in the right spacing, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you how you can hack the placement. So we're going to hold down the command or the control key, and I'm going to click all of these. Move my ruler out of the way. I'm just going to click all of these. All right. And I'm going up to the top. I'm going to do align, and I'm going to align bottom. And that just means that they are now completely level across my canvas. Yep. Again, I know that this placement is exactly in the middle of where the first hole is, and this one exactly in the middle where the last hole is. Now, if I go up to alignment, I can say distribute vertically. Now, distribute horizontally. Yeah, horizontally. Okay. What that has done is effectively now evenly placed each of those text pieces in between my furthest point and my first point. Okay. So if I've got all 12 months here, in between the January and December, it automatically spaces everything else in between evenly. Okay, does that make sense? So now that's going to match all my little cutouts. I don't have to kind of place it or cut them out separately and have to place them over every little dot. That's just going to, organize it all easily, simply. I'm good to go. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. If I go to my project, so if I go to my projects, hi to everyone who's jumping in. I can see Paul's here from the UK. Awesome to have you, Paul. So if we go to my actual template, which again I've shared in on my Facebook page, you can see that here I've done it obviously with all the 12 months, but exactly the same thing. I just jumbled these all up in between, aligned them on the bottom, and then distribute it horizontally, and it just, boom, places them all beautifully into place. So the next thing that we would do is we would select each of those different colors, and we would just attach, which I'm sure you guys know how to do. And that just means when I click to go make it, which I'll do now, that all the different colors, everything is going to stay exactly where it is, ready to be applied to the board. So I'm just going to jump over into the comments and have a look and see what everyone's got to say. Kerry, you like that one? Suzette saying great tip. So yeah, really, really good handy tip. Lisa just bought the timber birthday board. Awesome. Well, look, I'm not sure the sizings of the timber version. It's probably very similar, so you should be able to use my template as well. Again, you can change the fonts, you can change out all the imagery, but in terms of just that base, you're welcome to obviously use it and manipulate it as much as you need. Hey, Erica. Erica's here. Kay saying she made a huge fridge decal out of copper one. Looks great. The texture metallics is so beautiful. Beautiful, very luxe. And that's what I like about this project. I think it's, it's a very smart, beautiful project. So let's jump over into the top sheet. I wanted to show you quickly the top camera. I want to share quickly as well my son's beautiful artwork that he created for Christmas cards this year for his school. How cute is that? That's Elfie, Elf on the Shelf. Just love it. Had to share that. Sandra's got the plywood one as well. It's on the way. Awesome. Bernie's saying she's hopeless with horizontal and vertical. I'm the same. I can't even remember which one. I just click the one until I get the result that I need. I'm hopeless. All right, so let's take off our protective coating. So you know that with all of the blanks that you receive, there will always be the protective coating on there. So we'll just take that off. And that's on both sides, but I'm just going to do the one side today, just for the sake of time. Little hairs on there. And so some of the other things that we've got. So we've got our little tags, and I've just peeled off a few here as well. Again, you can let me know in the comments. So what I did was I've got here's my family, and then here's my celebrate. And with the tags, I actually ended up doing it in the copper, the sort of bronzy color as well. I did cut it in the sort of yellowy gold, but I think it just fades away too much. I think it's going to be too hard. So let me know. Am I on the right path? Should I keep going with my bronze, or should I go with the gold? But look how beautiful it is. It is it's a really, really pretty vinyl. And these are my jump rings as well. So the rings that I got, I ended up getting from Spotlight because I went with the bronze here. I bought these ones which were called a dark copper. They're 10 millimeters. So you want the 10 millimeter rings, and they're super cheap. I think I got $4.50 for 30. I got 2 bags, and they are. I think I got my 20% off because of that latest scratchy thing as well. Cool. I think, yep, bronze. Looks like bronze is the way. Oh, Linda, you've got 8 to do. Yep, now you'll be right. If you've got any questions, of course, you can just let me know. So we've got these ready to go. We've got our little tags, which I've sized the names, which is included in the project as well, so they're going to fit perfectly. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the name on the tag, and then on the front, and then on the back, I'm going to put the date. So that's just how I'm doing it, because these tags, they're not huge, and it'll be, I didn't want my writing to be teeny tiny and too small. But as I say, you get 50 with the blank, which is awesome. The other thing we've got is I've got some painter's tape, because we're going to do the hinge method, which you've probably seen before. If not, that's going to be really, really, you're going to love that. I've got my needle nose pliers, but I actually don't even think I'm going to need them, because I can kind of open and close these little jump rings without them, but I've got them just in case. And of course, I've got my scraper as well, and strong transfer tape, because this is metallic vinyl, so we need the texture metallic, we need the strong transfer tape as well. Okie doke, let's get rocking and rolling. Yes, everyone's going with the bronze, which is cool. So I'll just go to the split camera just so I can see everyone. I'm just going to move the blank out of the way so we can get our first transfer ready. So I'm just going to get this here. And I'm going to put our transfer tape. I'm just going to grab a weeding tool just to hook the end here. And I'll get this rocking and rolling. This was going to be my Thursday night live, but my board hadn't arrived because it was coming from Melbourne. I'm in Melbourne. But the post, as you know, is a nightmare. So it didn't arrive until yesterday. So I actually got it on Saturday because I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to think of something else to do today. But thankfully it arrived. Now with my transfer tape, I like to give it a bit of a curl in the middle when I'm applying it. So I'm just sort of down like that first and then roll to the outside just to avoid any bubbles. So I'm just going to sort of pop that on in the middle there and then transfer it out. Then I'm going to take my scraper tool and start scraping down these decals and the words onto the transfer tape. We want it to stick really well and come off. We remove the tape, of course. Okay. It's pretty good. Okay. All right, so now we will get our blankety blank. And we're going to I'm going to use the matte just to center it a little bit, which is good when you've got these grid lines here. You can use the lines on your mat just to kind of, so you're not relying solely on your head, which mine's often a little bit wonky. So that's in the middle there. Now I'm going to take my transfer and just sort of place it. Now what I'm going to do is obviously I've got the words and I've got a beautiful straight cut along the bottom here. So I'm going to try and line that up with the dots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get the bottom of the white part of the backing to sit just above those little circle dots. Yep. So I'm just going to place it down here and just make sure I've got I'm just using those other, because you can see my transfer tape, I didn't put it on very straight, so I can't rely on the grid lines. But then I can see my backing paper is just at the top of those little dots. And you can see here, look at that, January, February, March, look at it, nailed it, all on those little dots using that method where we distribute it evenly. So that's good to go. Okay, so now we're going to do the hinge method. Now what this means is, you think, well, this is a bit weird, you've got to take it off the tape and you've got to apply it. Now, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get that straight if I was to remove that backing and then place that onto my onto this blank. It's just not going to happen. It would definitely be wonky. So what I love about this method, it's just so handy. I'm just going to put some tape, some blue painter's tape along here. Okay. And I'm just going to actually even stick it onto the mat. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this back. And I should have got my scissors as well. Let me get my scissors. Make sure you're using your paper scissors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently take off my backing, making sure everything's sticking down on the transfer tape. So this is pretty standard stuff. You guys are all used to this. Coming off beautifully, which is good. If anything sticks, you can just pop it back down. Okay. All right. Okay. So I've peeled off half of it, and now I'm just going to take my scissors and really close to transfer, cutting off that backing. Okay, remove that. And then now what I can do is, my fingers off the transfer tape, and I'm just going to, because I'm right-handed, so just going to now start slowly putting that down, back down, and burnishing it as I go. And that just means that it's lovely and straight. And it's going to have the perfect placement. Okay, and then of course, I'm going to take our tape. I'm going to place it, that same piece of tape. Now I'm just moving it over to where the other side where I've already cut that transfer. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Now we're peeling off this backing. So again, just go slow. Make sure it's all coming off. Let me know in the comments, have you seen this technique before? Do you use this technique? It's really good with large decals. Just so handy because you can really line it up, get it really straight. There's a couple of bits just sticking there, so just put those a little bit. And with vinyl, I always say just don't rush, just take your time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've used this method before. Have you found it? Did it work for you? Transfer tape sticking to itself. Okay, so we'll get rid of that backing, and then now same thing. Stick my fingers up there, and then we're just slowly burnishing it down. Wendy's hasn't seen the technique before. Awesome. I love it when you share little nuggets of information. And I always learn a heap from you guys as well. All right, so then we can remove our painter's tape. Make sure that's nice and stuck down. And then we can remove our transfer tape, which I'm going to try and reuse this piece. So just bear with me. Take this off. If you don't want to waste transfer tape, if it can be reused, I definitely recommend reusing it. There we go. Oh. I'm going to quickly pop that down onto this next transfer now. A bit of a mess, but anyway, we'll get that sorted. All right, so there we can see, now you can see that it's beautifully placed along here, matches the little dots. We've got the word family. It's a lovely, distance from the top. It's beautiful, it's straight, it's exactly what we want. The tricky part comes now when we add the celebrate, because I am going to do that with my head. So that could all go horribly wrong, but, fingers crossed, it'll be amazing. So I'm just going to burnishing again. Just being nice and firm with this because we want to make sure it's definitely sticking to that transfer tape. All right, so that's nice and good. I'll just check the comments as well, make sure I haven't missed anything. Sandra saying, love that so much, always learning new things. Excellent, love it. Make sure you're giving us a thumbs up. Suzette, make it look easy. Honestly, I'm sweating bricks because I'm not the vinyl king or the queen or anything like that. And I get anxious when I work with vinyl because it's not my jam. So I'm as excited as you. It's working. It's all coming together. And we all make mistakes as well. And you know what? This is double-sided. So worst case, if I muck this up, I can just redo it on the other side. Okay, excellent. Okay, Maria's learning. That's awesome. Lisa had to jump out and go be a mum. I totally get it. No worries at all. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's get on to the next layer. So this time, now you could obviously do the same method. That would be a little bit tricky because of course now I don't really have anything to line up my transfer because this is going up higher, not on the bottom. So I'm just going to eyeball it and hope that I actually get it straight. So wish me luck on this part. So again, just slowly removing the transfer tape. And I'm all about using scraps this year. So again, if you don't know, I'm determined to only use scraps for the rest of the year. Now next week, I am planning to do my usual Sunday live. However, I'm going to be in Vegas, so it's going to be slightly different. I won't have all my fancy camera and all of that. So if I do go live, it'll be just with my phone. But I thought I'll be there with my sister, and she's a cricketer as well. And I actually asked her, I said, look, what are you not like doing? Or what are you afraid of doing? What could I potentially help you do? And she talked about wanting to do a project using someone's handwriting, uploading someone's handwriting and doing an iron-on project. So what I thought we could do is we could do that together. And I can show you guys as well, as I'm showing her, exactly how to do it. And I think it's a great project for this time of year because we love uploading handwriting. I've done it before in other videos, but I just thought that could be something really fun. So again, let me know in the comments if you think that would be good. If you've done it before, you haven't done it, and you'd love to know how. I'm just going to move this down so it's closer to my wonky head. Okay, and I'm just going to eyeball this. Okay. I'm doing it. It's done. Okay. That was so nerve-wracking, wasn't it? Okay. And burnish this one down now. Now with any vinyl projects, you want to let them cure for at least a couple of days, if not a little bit longer. This is permanent vinyl, so you just want to make sure that you are nailing that. What I might do as well, I'm just going to cut off, because I won't reuse this whole piece of transfer tape, but I will use a little piece for transferring our names. Obviously, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I thought I would do September, which is just a few birthdays. So I thought I'd just do a few of those. You can see me doing it. And then I'll just apply the jump rings. Again, I just love this vinyl. And I'm not going to lie, just being someone that doesn't do a lot of vinyl projects as well, one of the other reasons that can you see that texture? One of the other reasons that I love this vinyl as well, and look at that gold and the bronze, it's really luxe. This is really forgiving. You don't have to worry about all those pesky bubbles and all that sort of stuff. The texture takes care of all of that. So what do we think? Is that cute? Really, really cute, I think. All right, so let's do a couple of our little tokens, and then we'll upload these. So I'm the first. My mum, Nana's the 8th. Where is Emma? Is my, what did I do with Leighton? Huh. All right, well, there's only, I don't know what I've done with my son, but anyway, we'll fix him up. We'll fix him up. I haven't forgotten about him. Not while I have here, but anyway. So we'll just do 3, and then we'll go from there. So let's grab the first one. Yeah, I guess I am telling everyone my birthday, but I think it's pretty. So I'm just going to place my tape, if we can see this, just on the name. I'll probably post about it being my birthday anyway. I don't think I'm giving too much information away. Just take that off, leave the 1. So again, I said I was going to do the name on one side, and then I will do the number on the other. So I'm going to do that. You could do it really, really small and do it all on the 1, but this is what I'm going to do. So there's the name. Flip it over, make sure you've got it in the right way. Not that it really matters with 1. And just grab the 1. Sit in the middle. I'm just burnishing with my finger. So there we go. Paul first. Yep. And then we'll grab Nana. And again, making sure you're using the right transfer tape with these strong materials. And the texture, I was actually looking more textured because I did and ah about buying another more because of the black, to get the black. But I think this sampler is only like $27, and I think Spotlight has 20% off at the moment. If you're not desperate, wait, it might go to 30% at some stage. Again, making sure I've got it around the right way. It does matter for the 8 because one end is larger than the other. Again, just making sure it's placed in the middle. So there we go. Nana, 8. And our last one for today. And as I said, I've shared this project already. I probably won't take a photo of it before I get back from holidays because I'm going tomorrow and we're having Christmas lunch today with our Melbourne family. So I'm probably not going to have a chance to actually finish this project with all of the different birthdays. And again, in the spirit of celebrating everything next year, I'm going to put in Australia Day. I'm going to put in Easter. I'm doing the whole 9 yards. I'm going to celebrate everything in the new year. Emma is just a nickname for my son's Nana on my partner's side. Just if you're wondering what that's all about. That was pretty much his first word. So put this on here. Okay. All right. Those out the way. To the rubbish bin. So then we've got Emma, 22nd. Cool. Yes, so thank you, Sarah. There's a link in the description. Will take you directly to where you can purchase these. Again, I've got the white, but I think you can get black. I think so. It's black, red. I think peach, pink, blue, lots of different colors. All right, so then I'm just going to do these in order of when they're actually happening. So I'm first, and then I'm just taking my little jump ring. And as I mentioned, these are really easy to just open. And I'm just going to hook that. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook these all together, and then I'll do the last one. And then I can find these quite easy to bend, but I've got needle nose pliers if I needed to. So I'll link these all together, and then I'll loop the final one. Making sure you're looping them around the right way. Otherwise you'll go loop-de-loop. And then my final one. Oh, cute. I've always wanted to make one of these. Always. And I love the acrylic version. It speaks to me. I love the wooden ones as well, but it's more my taste, I suppose. All right, and we'll do this on the September. Hopefully go around the right way. And I shall. How cute! I love it. Obviously, I'm taking the backing off, but then there's the numbers on the back side as well. But I think it looks really special. I think it looks really, I want it to look quite kind of luxe, quite high end. I just love that gold. So beautiful. And yeah, so there it is. I hope that you guys make this project. Hope that it was useful to you. Again, if you've got any questions, you pop them in the comments. I'll always get back to you. But I really appreciate you guys jumping in today. Also, if you're a member of Cricut for Australians, there are no more Thursday night lives until the new year. So watch out for that. I think Natalie's going to be first back. And I want to say around the 7th of January. So both Natalie and I will be doing some really fun back to school projects. But as I mentioned, hopefully I will be live next Sunday. I'll definitely let you guys know. It will be really raw. It'll just be filmed on my phone, and the sound will just be through the phone. It's going to be a bit rough and ready, but you get to meet my sister if she lets me do it. And hopefully that'll be a bit of fun, and you guys will like that project as well. So yeah, so I'm going to keep going and do some of these others while I've got some time, and then I'm going to go and enjoy my family. If I don't see you next week as planned, I wish you all the very merriest of Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. Again, celebrate everything. And if you're in Brisbane, Mount Gravatt, next Saturday, the 19th of December from 2 till 5 p.m. Natalie, I'll be there, and we would totally love to see as many of you there as we possibly could. So have a great day, have a wonderful rest of weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.